welcome back to Amy's Art Table. Today we are going to be painting this sweet little spring bunny with a little bit of florals. So let's go ahead and grab our supplies and I'll meet you back in just a few minutes when we're ready to start. Okay guys, so we are going to be painting this cute little spring bunny today. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a sketch. So if you have purchased my art kit, included was this sketch. You can also go on over to my website and download the sketch for free and print it either on copy paper or watercolor paper, and you can join us. Another thing you can do is just freehand the bunny. This guy is not going to be too hard, but I'm just giving us a little bit of a foundation to start with. Okay, so I'm going to start with a medium-sized brush and some brown or tan, whatever color you'd like your bunny to be. I'm going to use a light brown today. I'm going to start with the bunny's body. And what we're going to do is just go along the edge here. It's okay if you get out of the lines if you're using a print that I've given you. Totally fine to go over the lines. This is just going to be a little guide for you. Okay. So we're going to try to create, I'm going to try to give this bunny a little bit of shade and shadow by using a couple different colors of brown. So starting with this golden tan brown color, we are going to highlight a few areas. We'll highlight along the leg too here. I'm just going to blot on over the line. And then I'm going to go back with a little more water on my brush this time. And I'm going to try to get a lighter color of tan. And then fill in the bunny. Little bunny's body here. All right, and then I think I'm going to go back with just a slight bit of yellow and just give the bunny one more little color, adding just a little bit of drops of yellow here. Maybe some on the back here too. And that's really it for the bunny's body. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is very similar. We're going to grab that tan color and we're going to work on the bunny's head, starting with this tippy top of this ear up here. Just paint about half of the ear with the dark tan. And this little line here. And then across the front of his little nose, add a little dark. You can go on over the line work, it's no big deal. We'll come back and add some black later for the little nose and mouth. And then this is going to be a little flower crown. All right. So this is an area, these are areas that are a bit darker. Just add a bit more watercolor in here. Maybe a little cheek here. And then same thing, I'm going to rinse out my brush and I'm going to add more water this time. So it's a lighter brown. I'll go back. See how that's a bit lighter of a brown than the original tan. Go ahead and add this to the ears, fill those ears in. And same thing with the head. Fill in the head with a lighter color brown. You can kind of move around the darker watercolor. And give this bunny a nice even look to his face. And after we get this bunny filled in the way that we like it, then we're gonna let him dry and we're gonna work on the flowers that are surrounding the bunny. Okay. So for your flowers, I want you to pick any colors that you want your flowers to be. I'm going to start with a magenta color. Purples are good, purples and pinks. But if you want to go with yellows or blues, that can also work. Now I'm just going to start filling in some of these flowers. And again, we don't have to go exactly in the lines. You can go outside of the lines. Okay, and now I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to use some different color greens. I'm going to start with a dark green here. And I'm just going to add lots of little greeneries around these leaves. I'm sorry, around these flowers. Add lots of little leaves, some stems. And again, you don't have to follow the lines exactly. You can go outside of the lines here. And then I'll also add just some small ones that I just make up as we're going here. Okay, so you go ahead and work on your flowers and leaves while I work on mine. Okay guys, so you can continue to add more to your background of your flowers if you want to. I'm going to move on over to working on the bunny's flower crown now. So I'm going to start with this really nice yellow and just sort of painting most of the crown except for the leaves yellow. Sort of want this to blend all over the crown. So I'm using kind of a lot of paint here. And then now I'm going to go back and add just a few little red flowers. And these can be really quite simple, just little drops, just sort of making the crown have a different color in it besides just all yellow. Let that kind of blend together and dry a bit. And then I'm going to choose a light colored green for these leaves. And it's, again, it's okay if they blend into the flower crown. So you might get some yellows and reds coming into your leaves, which is okay. It will look nice when it's dry. Right. Do this one. And then at this point, we really want to make sure that the bunny's face is dry. Mine is. If yours isn't, then go ahead and let that dry for about 10 minutes. And then we'll start working on the bunny's nose and eyes. So I'll give you a few minutes to go ahead and get that dried, and I'll be right back with some work on the bunny's nose and eyes. Okay guys, so my face is dry, so I'm gonna grab some black paint. Now, another way to do this is a Sharpie. So if you're not feeling too confident with your black paint right now, you can go ahead and do this work, this line work with a Sharpie, okay? So I'll start with the little eye here. I'm gonna paint most of it black, except for the little white dot in the center. I'll leave that white. And around this eye just a little more to make it look friendly. And then I'm also going to add just a little line under the eye. Give the bunny a little character, make the bunny look a little bit sweet. And then I'll move on over to the nose. The nose is going to be a real simple U shape. We're not going to be able to really see the whole nose because the bunny's looking off to the side, so you're only seeing just a little bit of the other side of the nose. Same thing with the mouth. And so you'll see more of this side than the other side. So there you go. You can kind of curl up the lip just a little bit so that the bunny looks nice and friendly. And then we can darken these whiskers. You can even add one more, I think, right in there. All right, so now the bunny is looking like it's coming to life more with that dark black line work. And that is pretty much it. I think I will go back and darken just a few areas with that tan color. Now that this is starting to dry, I'll go back and make this just a little darker up here, adding just a little more detail. And then right up around the eye here. And then same thing over here with the cheek. I'm not going to touch the whiskers that I just painted though. You just keep working on your bunny until you like your bunny. I'm just darkening these areas. And same thing with this egg over this line here. Darken it just a bit. So a lot of painting is just working back and forth. Do I want to darken it here? Do I like how light it is. Do I need to add more detail now that it's dry and I see what it looks like? Can I make it look more realistic? Right. So I'm liking this. This is looking good, I think. Add a bit of that yellow right over here, just a little. Blend that in. Okay. So I'm liking this, but I've lost a bit of my red here. So I'm going to go back with this tiny brush and just add a bit more red here. Mine's all blended together, which I do like how it's blended together, but I also want to see a bit more red up here in the crown. So something like this. That looks good. And that is pretty much it for our spring bunny. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope that you will join me again next week with another painting tutorial. And be sure to subscribe if you liked this video, and I hope everyone has a lovely spring day and nice sunny weather. See you guys later.